guys, it's time for another game of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We're here with the Wu Jing campaign, 190 expanded, what is becoming one of my very favorite factions, and what is the great mod of the game, right? Alright, so we're caught out. Here's the stage. Zhuge Xuan is here. He's very punchy, right? He does huge damage. And, so, you know, we got to worry about that. They don't have too much cavalry here. They have a little bit. They've got a big army of crummy, weak stuff. We have Yanbaihu. They caught us in March. We have this army as backup. These guys aren't amazing, but we do have two Wisdom of the Rivers. We've got two Wu engineers. We've got some archer militia with fire arrows, so we should be able to get some good work in. Let's get to it. Also, I looked, I loaded in a fresh Wu Jing campaign to see, and you absolutely can marry Yuan Unyang turn 1 every time, right? He's only at like -10 for it. Legitimacy gets you to like 5. You can use some of your early items, some of which will invariably be fine, and then trade it over. And then when you make that dude your heir, Zhuge Xuan, your heir, you get the family estates from her, right? 30%, 900 a turn. That's so many hundred a turn. That takes your start a dramatically different thing. 900 more a turn just every single time. And I love her anyway. I very rarely ever had her married to an heir. But yes, immediately always worth doing. Because 900 a turn is like a crazy benefit. And she's just so good. She's just so good. And her armor has the debuff that's on his armor for the morale shock, which is eminently useful. Anyway, that's all of that. Is this the battlefield we were on before? Maybe it's just foggier. Anyway, we're gonna go like all the way back here because we want to engage their army as far away as possible from our army, so Yanbaihu will have plenty of time, you know, to have his party. Now we want these guys to, the mounted archers we want at like the boundary of where our archers are, basically. Because we don't want to get caught out like here and get busted open. We want to get them into a really awkward place and then hit them. Alright, so we'll get an axe band here, and then we'll get the Wu engineers a little bit forward, and then they'll be able to throw their thing. We'll turn... Do we turn fire at will off? I think turning fire at will off is good, because we don't want to use such a big move, you know, by accident. Then we'll get another one of the Wu engineers right here. Sword guards to be in the very front and center. And then if they blob up here, you know, we can throw stuff at them there or whatever. We have 2 cataphracts. They don't have that much cav. We just need to play tight like a tiger. Now, he's got gold weapons, you know. We're just in March. We just don't need to get caught out. That's the only thing. 25 points is worth more than 900 return. Exactly. Even if you don't care about the items, it would be right around there. And then, you know, before you know it, you're already in the... Because, I mean, what's my ideal count of engineers in an army? 2 seems amazing. I feel like you could very easily get 3 in, because the thing about them is they're very strong. Look at their morale here, right? 80 morale on these guys. And then we just started the game. Sure, our faction resource is already up, but we just started this game, right? And they're at 80 morale. These dudes don't want to run, and they've got axes. And they've got a very respectable charge bonus. So these are guys that, if you've got your head on your shoulders, that charge bonus with 45 swings, you know, they can get it in. They've got decent shields. I just think they're a very solid support unit because they're not useless at all. That's a great charge bonus. That's a cavalry charge bonus. So, I mean, you could probably get away with, like, 6 of them. And, just, like, in an army that used almost no ranged units. And you just have a whole bunch of green, and then those guys stacked in the line, and then just a minimal amount of cavalry. It would be, I mean, a little pricey, but... Hey, Log, how's the stream been so far? We've been talking about our dreams, and it's been great. Thank you. We're about to start this fight and see how we can do. Now, we need the repeating crossbows, you know, forward. And that's always what's hot on the streets. Now, they don't have that much cav, but we just don't want to get caught totally out. We've got our... I'm like, oh no, we've got... The bandits need to be on the wings, because they're the ones who want to charge in, right? Alright, let us begin. Alright, so they're here clumped on this side of the water. This is going to set us up for a tremendous fight. Or rather, a tremendous shot. Now we need him to stay back here. He can give the... He can give the ranged click on to give immunity. Also, he's crazy. Mad, that is to say. And we'll go berserk, so we have to make sure that he's not part of any forward sorties, but we are getting a beautiful, a gorgeous, a perfect setup here. You know, we're going to get a very, very good shot. I can tell that it's true. Alright, we need to fast forward it just a little bit. I mean, we don't need to. And that is how it's done. 167 kills off of the hit. Oh my goodness. Yan Baihu, the champion. Yan Baihu, the monster. Alright, now, ideally we'll draw somebody out and then hit him. Zhuge Xuan is... got a really good aura ability. Popsicle is right here, though, and has no real range defense, so I think we just run at him and try to... Nope, that's not what we do. The last thing we want to do is get a bunch of damage on Yan Baihu and get him caught out here. Because there's plenty of opportunities to get this militia tuned up. Yeah, look at this. This is so much better than running in there and trying to take a shot where the big scary guys are. Because we cracked this militia, and they're already just having a terrible time. Yan Baihu is the only one who needs to be here. Boom, baby. Champion of the world. And in the previous one that bugged out, we took a sort of not great shot. This time, this shot is better for this poison volley. This shot is a lot better for it. I think this tree won't matter, right? Yeah, that's what I believe. Oh, wow. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Glorious. Anyway, this is really pod racing now, okay? 270 listed kills. You know it's more than that. We're going for the dragon title in this one, baby. Let's not get unhorsed and ruin the happy times. These guys already down so much. Man, Yan Baihu, it's like playing Warhammer. He is your guy. He's going to become my guy, too. And, you know, the other thing is, Yuan and Yang you get every time, and Yan Baihu is who you're going to fight every time, unless you just don't want to. He's always going to be there. I think he's probably always going to be inside. It's always going to be winnable, because if I can win it, you can win it. And that means, you know, you could just, you know, either accept reality as it is, or just reload if you don't get him. And now we're going to hit a gorgeous hit right here. It's going to hit everybody, right? The cav are sort of coming in. They're not. There we go. Oh, ho, ho. 400. Ah. They will always remember this day as the day that I finally understood how to use a poison volley right in a battlefield. The key is being very, very far away from everybody else. And being invisible is good too. Granted, they all can be invisible. Oh, they got their charge negate? Well, that's too bad. Anyway, we're not invincible. We're just very handsome and awesome. So we're going to run over here. We are going to be invisible if we get very far away. And if we don't get very far away, well, then we're going to be in some trouble. So actually, we're going to go here rather than trying to get caught in the trees, potentially. Being in the river here isn't excellent, but it's just as bad for them as it is for me. Or maybe the light cavalry get bogged down less, for all I know. This dude is no great killer, so we're just going to leave him in the dust. This guy, we've got one more poison volley, and all of our bows and arrow shots. I don't think they have any shots there. We're going to get outside of this tower, though. No reason to be fighting here. Can't get any more fatigue them on the other end. Yes, indeed. We're just going to run here. If we draw all of them this way, that's totally fine. We are not meeting them in the middle, though. That way lies madness. This is the only cav they have. So if they want to chase me and end up with no cav, and then Yan Bai Hu can get another amazing hit, or we can, you know, pull them apart on the way in more casually. But I think they'll break off. They're not going to get too much damage. If you just don't sit still right, not that many of them are going to hit you at a time. And these guys aren't that great. And, you know, he's got good armor. So we're being chased by yellow cav and red cav. Just, you know, don't sit still. We're going to run through these guys. Because, you know, don't waste the opportunity of a good thing. Boom, baby. Hit them high. And this is so good. This is so much better than we did the time before. The time before, we just had worse poison volleys. And then it crashed, you know. We also met them, like, right around here with all of our forces, which is just silliness. There's no reason to be doing that. But they actually make a super good target for this bow. You know, because the best target is the big guy, because he has very, very big non-armor piercing damage. But shooting these guys up is fine, too. We may not get a chance to shoot too many at him. And if we do get a chance, he has some missile blocks, so... It's a shame we can't recruit any better horsers in there. Which can't at all. Right. You know, there has to be something. But even mounted archers, you know... And, in this, the ideal setup for them, it's pretty nice. Because having stock, even without snipe, stock on a mounted archer does mean you can get in the right place. And Yan Bai Hu has the forest snipe thing on the other side of his tree. Boom, baby. And this is how it's done, right? We light them up, and now we can take a shot at the business. This is very excellent indeed. And that was the good cavalry. We're absolutely going to be able to, yeah, I mean, these guys are paying for themselves. And that's the thing. I tend to, like, go overboard on the horse cav. I need to be more judicious, like, more like this, right? Because they're so good for this application. They're eating up the red cavalry. And it's so much cheaper to use this to do that. You know, and if we get poison arrows eventually, that'll be nice too. But yeah, we're just going to keep on taking our shots here at the big guy who keeps on not getting hit by them, but he might eventually get hit by a few, and that'll be worth happening. And then, yeah, we stopped shooting at the target that I wanted to shoot at. Alright, we need to start moving back now. We're going to save the last poison volley. This is excellent, though. They are falling right into our strategy. This is exactly what we wanted to happen. Also, so to say, but everyone gets a pure pass early. Fair enough. You know, different purpose than 360 cavalry, although amazing. We're just gonna go for the hit here and assume that we'll get out. Hey, he uses a roar. We'll be fine. We've got 5 morale left. We'll be fine. Even if they run Running to a roar if they don't chase you off isn't so bad. And this is not too far forward to rescue them, right? Yeah, because they don't have any more cav to come in here, so they are now falling into the trap. Mwahaha! And we need to get... Oh, somebody wants to duel? No, not you. You're like an old man, which means you're probably wily. You know, I bet we would have won that, actually. Maybe... Oh, this guy has Oathsworn Kick. We need to get the strategist out of there, then. Alright, a lot of them have Oathsworn Kick, but not this fellow. Alright, that means... Well, I want to duel him now. Yes. We do want to duel him. I think we'll actually do really well there. Assuming he's not Oathsworn to any of these people, which we will have to assume. And then... We just need to get out here. Like, anybody want to duel Yan by who? No, super surprising. Alright, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here now. At least the cataphracts are still functional. Oh yeah, Binding Fury. We're totally winning this fight. You know, it maybe wasn't important to do it, but we got it. Alright, and now we just need to pull back here. Man, Zhuge Xuan. What a beast. But you know, Oathsworn Kick, he's doing 10,000 damage when he hits people. We have got to get him down. Should have unhorsed earlier. This will get him down like immediately, right? Should have unhorsed earlier. It's fine. All right, what we've got now is the use case scenario here, right? We'll charge in here and here, and then we will get around the back here. Now, we also have a perfect final shot on this front. We pull out here. Oh, wow, 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 that's good. All right, and everybody here is shooting just fine. We get here, we pull back in. Yeah, but they're all crumbling here, so we don't get a chance to showcase the engineer because we absolutely schwammer their front line. A devastating example of how to actually use tactics, right? Because we just broke them right. Just entire shattering. And crucially, the Emperor... Well, they took this fight, so the Emperor will just get mad at them for the casualties. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But anyway, that was... We were about to see how good it was. I'm like, the Emperor won't get mad at us, however, so we might as well... run here. But yeah, so the satchel charges come in and they're gonna run away. It's okay. A glorious victory. Imps growed up. Oh yeah. We spent a lot of turns not being that productive, right? Just running back and forth and trying to... I mean, it was fine. You know, we solidified our position, and we're generating gold weapons, like a lot of them. We've got so many gold weapons already, like, you know. And if you have a bunch of gold weapons, you know, you're already there. Because then a sticky little half-stack army can get it done. Hey, Sensor Undertow. Welcome back. Zhuge Xuan, the Undaunted Blade, is obviously going to join up. He's part of the family already, right? By virtue of his sister. And we'll release you, Koichi. You're a brave one. You're candid, you know. You're a good guy. We will ransom your troops off because, you know, after all, we are related. This is gonna make the Lady Wu more upset. I'm like, yeah, because he's in the thing. Like, no, that's in her coalition, you know. We're trying to stay out of that. All sorts of people are declaring war on Yuan Shu. Why can't they just be his friend, you know? They don't know him like I know him. So you're not part of the family. You're from up north. Bit of a dilemma about Zhuge Xuan because he was assigned there by Liu Biao. Ah, right. Well, you know, we're not just gonna go like. Exactly, you know, like he's a relative. You know, and now there's like 3 of the people from his family in our court, you know. Liu Pan, we need you to be happier. We could find you a wife. And Wu Jing gets oath sworn with the heir, which is very excellent, right? You know, you want that. You do want that. And of course, he was in March, which keeps us from regenerating. But hey, what are you going to do? What's his favor looking like? I bet, like, not good with this behavior. Yeah, but neither does mine. Oh, yeah, we totally haven't been doing that. We've been stagnating there. That's not good. Anyway, devastate Dongwu. No, I don't want to do that. And we totally don't need to get that guy married. Like, I don't think we want to do either of these things. It's going to, yeah, I don't... Oh, there we go. I'm like, yeah, there we go. I'm like, just give me the thing that I want. Agri economy is worth 1,400 to us, so definitely worth rolling around for. Wong has recently pieced out and likes me now, so he's fine. He hates Lady Wu. I'm like, he got destroyed by her. But you know, we already have lots of happy children in the house, right? You know, we've had the children that we were born with here, and then there's been, you know, several happy girls born to the faction. We have 3 Sentinel girls that were born here, and I'm just very excited about all that. And he had himself several... Yeah, they have 3 children as well here. So, Julie Lee. What a wonderful name. Yupon is one of his starting vessels. Yubio's. Maybe he has him too, right? And he has 3, but yes, he's the one that starts over here-ish. But you know, plenty of people thought what happened wasn't right. Alright, so we can get tactical withdrawal, which is just what it sounds like. Or we can continue on this way to Stalker and... Well, no, we want Charge and Negate, don't we? Yes, we do. So we're going up this way. Anyway. And the tactical withdrawal, that'll just, you know, help for when we want to bounce out, which is, you know, a thing we'll want to do all the time. This stallion, we don't need to be on that. We want to be on a regular horse, right? That's faster. Yes, that's exactly what we want. Alright, we won. We need to save. Yeah, it's the Sworn Brothers, which have the garb of the first stage, which would give us an unbreakable army. And I totally, desperately want this, right? So who could wear regular armor? Glad you asks. Well, you know, Zhuge Xuan of the Still Waters, she could wear that gold armor. She could wear the gold armor and make the army unbreakable. Yes, I have 2 of them. I generated one, and he had one, and we popped him for him. I know you're not supposed to get 2, but sometimes the game lets you get 2. But yeah, he got it like the turn that he took this. But yeah, I know, right? It is getting out of control. Now there are 2 of the Sworn Brothers. Isn't it fun? And then, yeah, and then we've got that. But I mean, you know, it's 7 gold weapons. 7 gold weapons, and one of them is the White Tiger, and one of them is Solemn Trust. Like, this is an extraordinary start. All we have to do is keep it rolling, right? This guy is not part of the crew, part of the ship. We're just going to let him go. He got generated by an event. We're just going to let him go. But yeah, we pieced out with her, so she's going home. Yeah, if I want to let him go as well, he's actually exactly, you know, like he's very prestigious for him to be around. We could just put this dog on him, get a little bit of that dog on him, and then he'll be fine for a while. We are still a marquis, right? It's 198, and oh no, sorry, we're a noble. We're still a noble. It's 198, and we haven't leveled up once. The game has bullied us a little bit, and it's like, do you want to give up? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. All right, so we need to move up here pronto and beat them down here. And obviously, with that setup, it shouldn't be too tricky. They're in March, so there's that as well. And we're going to bring the second army up because, of course, we are. These guys are already pretty beat down, and he's almost beat up, so great. At this point, am I making money yet? No. No, it spent most of the time being besieged. It has spent probably about 5 out of 10 turns of the last couple years being besieged because Liu Jun was besieging it a bit. I think maybe it was somebody else, Huazhen, and then. But yeah, they did it again. We need the miners. Yeah. Indeed. You know, it's, really, we generated food because we were almost out of food. But as it is, this is going to upgrade, and this one just finished, so we just need to... I mean, maybe... Yeah, let's just... We need this level, so we'll just build this prestige... It takes 4 turns. But we're 8 away. This is gonna give us 4. If we take this and it gives us 5, then it's right there on the same timeline anyway. Good piece. Want to kick him out of the south? Yeah, you know, we can definitely do that. Because I need that copper mine, right? I mean, after all, we're already being, just because he's our relative. Like, so are these guys, but they started this fight with us, to be clear. To be clear. But to be even more clear, this army's going to get to show up, and it's going to be a party. Yep, we're all showing up. That's what we're doing. Like, if they weren't so beat up already, no. I mean, we're gonna do it ourselves. We're gonna do it because it needs doing. Oh, it's a field battle anyway. Yeah. I'm like, we're gonna do it also because I'm not taking a bunch of casualties here. We need to keep it rolling, right? There were a couple of autos that and we also need revenge on you. Yeah, indeed. He likes us now a little bit, but that's no excuse. I mean, why would he have even done that? Like, we were thinking about selling it to him too. We just wanted to wait a turn, and then he threatened. Like, we could have negotiated. He could have offered to pay me for it or have a war, and that would be classy. But Zhuge Xuan here is super beat up. And we'll get to do a redo of that fight, only, you know, harder, better, faster, stronger. And all of our reinforcements are heroes, so we're gonna just be heroes for one day. And go back here. Yes, I don't think they have any kind of fire arrow nonsense. We'll just go, like, back here. Maybe our dudes will get to do their use case this time. Like, no one's in the trees, right? Y'all aren't in the trees with your fire arrows. And we'll just get, like, here, and this is like a big barrier to them moving forward. The cataphractoi want to be more like here. It's like, oh good, they spawned over here. That's okay. We'll just take some shots at him and no doubt destroy him. And of course, this is the kind of reinforcements I like on a battlefield. A bunch of awesome folks, you know, ready to brawl. And Auntie Wu here, you know, she's got everything we're looking for as well. She's got the old poison volleys, so. But we're gonna beat up on them. This is gonna be, you know, this is what we earned in that beatdown earlier, you know. Of course, we're gonna get the Emperor a little mad at us, but that just makes it so, you know, we want to make sure we win with the minimal amount of casualties, but we still have to win, you know. And if we get declared an enemy of the Han, I'm inclined to say I literally don't care. I mean, I might care some, but we'll just, like, deal, right? I'm not trying to get declared an enemy of the Han, but if it happens, I'm, like, what? I'm gonna act like I thought they were doing a good job? That's what we want? You want me to just tell lies? And he's running. Of course, we can shoot him. We don't need to not shoot him to, make the Emperor not upset. Yeah, we're friends with you and she comes to territory. Exactly, you know, he's a nice guy that paid me $1,600 to say that he was cool once. And not bad. You know, this line's pretty important too. But you know, that'll run, yeah. A lot of them folk off. Oh, right. Auntie Wu. I'm like, didn't I have another poison volley? I do. Because when you have a poison volley backup for your poison volley, it's like, yo, dog. Have you ever considered fighting? Honestly, I'm like, nah, I'm playing Warhammer, bro. Sometimes I'll be on the Total War subreddit and they're like, I don't want to play Three Kingdoms because all you do is have too much fun and enjoy yourself. And I'm like, I know, right? Have you ever got a poison volley like this before? It's pretty good. Gorgeous. Why do we have the army? It's because it's tricky to micro what's left after the poison volleys happen, right? Then they get here, and the towers start working on them, and then there's this entirely respectable one, although not super devastating. Yeah, you know, we're, but I should have thought that when we turn to shoot with the fire arrows, will that not be in our own bamboo forest? Nope, run, run, run. Still, two bandit sentinels with other backup, because you can obviously quite deeply pull apart an army before they can hope to get the infantry at you. So it then becomes a matter of like, well, you're invisible, so how are they going to get to you in time? You know, they should have known you were going to do it, but you're invisible. Alright, so we're just going to go up and throw satchel charges at the G infantry and see how that goes, right? Alright. There, we're throwing it at them. Come on now. We're throwing it at them. And it, you know, I'm not sure how much of it hit them, but they used to have a relatively full thing, and they are all now done. But, you know, certainly these guys got 53 kills out of this satchel charge, so I would call it decent, you know. We're gonna toss it at these now and see how it works out here. Oh my god, these G infantry had a family! I mean, about, yeah, a good 30 or 40%. And, half armor piercing, half regular on the damage. I mean, yeah, just very, very legit, right? That's brutal work. People with potion farms. Stop it. I'm like, and then we chase them down with satchel charges. They're trying to get back together, and then... Oh, they... You know, they were thinking about doing it. You know, they can only throw... There you go. It's like, you gotta do it under certain circumstances, but it can't be denied that they get their work in. Because these dudes, you know, if you do 50, 60 kills with a satchel charge, and you drop a tower, and you're still an axe with giant morale and a huge charge bonus, these guys are... They might be the best unit. But, you know, actually, I mean, plus the oil, I mean, they're probably the best unit, right? They're probably the best unit. They probably should cost, like, 600. Because the oil thing, with how that would let you do stuff in, like, sieges and stuff, assuming that you're willing to act like half of an intelligent person, so, you know, not me. Oh yeah, we got more poison volleys to get engaged with. The oil, yeah, because there's plenty of times when you can get 4 or 5 very expensive, you know, units onto oil, or rather into a blob. You know, sieges are, you know, rife for I'm a wizard outrage, and right here, could we have got this any better if we tried? No, we could not have. Look at them lining up here to get hit with the poison volley. And this is like an impassable place. And oh yeah, now a good time to pop smoke, bro. And then we're going to shoot across them because there's a bunch of guys inside here. We can't see them. That doesn't mean we can't hit them with that. And we do indeed hit them with that. Alright, and as soon as it's over, we need to stop it. So we don't want any more casualties than we have to have. At least a lot of them ran away, right? Say, I'm sure I remember the early days when I walked like 3 units of protection 7 into one upon lost all. Yes. Yes. You know, it lives on. It lives on. The beautiful memory of my pain. This 13 Imperial favor, you know, he probably isn't going to like us for very much longer. But yeah, but this army, you know, we got a few killers here, so if they're defending a place, you know, it's gonna be fine. We just need the other stuff to be there. Here, we can get a filial and incorrupt out of him, which is pretty desirable, right? I mean, he's fine, we got him into the field, we gave him a fight, but if we just get him a filial and incorrupt and get him on it, because we're starting to have a little bit of wavering satisfaction from time to time, and it would be nice to get him into the greenses. Hates it when we don't have the reserves. Exactly. You know, I have none from reserves. You get 1 for having full reserves, and in a while we'll have that, you know. Zero value of the grain silos, yeah. Well, that's the thing, though, is you only get reserves faction-wide from level 4 and above, which is fine. Really, it gives you... you know, the reserve cap, but the Emperor doesn't care about the cap, right? I think maybe if it's over like 100, you get 2 from it rather than 1, so it's kind of good for that. But the, you know, the per turn thing is fine. But you can get a whole lot of per turn out of, you know, obviously the assignments that we talk about all the time. But there's 4, 8, 12 right here in the green tree, which that is enough to get you where you need to be inside of a year, right? Scales, yes, I believe so too, but I don't know if I've ever seen more than 2. I think if you get more than 100, it becomes 2, but I haven't seen like 3. I don't think per place. It's 4 each area. So I remember you look at Cao Cao's, but it's because, you know, he gets there. But, you know, we'll get these buildings, and then we'll get very good armies soon. Man, if we had just got Yuan and Yang, but, you know, you can't have everything. That will give a... I mean, obviously, I'm going to play this faction again someday. Even if they make it balanced. Please don't make it balanced. I'm not good enough. Zhuge Fu has the teaching assignment? Baller. Nerf the engineers, not to... I don't think he'll nerf the engineers, right? I think wherever they're at, I mean, I think they're there on purpose, right? Yeah, you know, he seemed to be like, you know, just figure out how to get him into position without getting him killed. And if that's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. I'm gonna have a blast with him, right? Alright, so we need a granary. It's 1,200. Oh, because we don't have the things. I was like, man, if we don't have the granary here, then we can't research the thing that I want here. Could just go down the peasantry income line here and just say, you know, bam, we'll get some pop growth, we'll get some peasantry. Just go full on green until we finally build this building. Yeah, let's just do it. You know, the south population is the problem, right? So we also need a blue building somewhere. I really don't need this building to be here, do I? No, I don't. It is actively just harming us. And yeah, I mean, it gives us population growth, but like barely. Yeah, we should just break this and use this spot on something productive. Who knows how long it'll be till we can go over here. Or, alternately... I'm like, how long will it be? No, this is a little awkward. Well, he's going to spin up an army over here or something. We're going to be declared an enemy of the Han before too long. And that just is what it is, right? Because you don't even lose satisfaction for it, right? Okay, so if we go to 0, then we just get a bunch of money for looting stuff and make more post-battle loot, and then, like, everybody will hate us. But if everybody hates us because they ain't us, what does that really do, you know? Again, I'm not trying to be made an enemy of the Han. I'm just saying. Do I care? I remember my very first campaign. My very, very first campaign here. Yeah, it's not as bad as the base camp. Yeah, you know, it almost, you know, there's a benefit to it, you know. Ironic likes Yuan Shu, right? It seems that way. Which, I'm all for it, right? Yuan Shu needed help to stop losing every time. I like a game like this where you see different people occasionally do well, right? Even though, like, you know, with this mod, there's, you know, Yuan Chao often does great. But there's a lot of variability that, you know, in the base game, it was like, all right, obviously Wu is always going to pop off down here. If you don't interfere, they're literally always, you know, there's nothing but stuff, but that's okay. We will move on. We'll move on and forward. We just need, if we teach an assignment here, yeah, because that'll at least get yeah, and the adjacent commanders. Yeah, we need the assignments to get us the stuff, so that's fine. Liupan is level 2, and we'll Yunshan needs a better rival. Yeah. Say Chunwon appears to be doing well this time. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe.
有必要吗？
He is strength rank 66. So I should also consider trying him. Yeah, perhaps. He's defiant. I like that, you know. Chunwon, Chinwon, you know. Anyway, Chunwon. Well, what do we want to do here? More. Yeah, because the peasantry income looks good now, but that's only when we get the income pop from it. But I mean, it's good money when we do get it. We're finally getting something here. We take the money or the food. 20% or the food. We'll take the money. We'll take the money. With money, we can upgrade the buildings and get even more. We can always swap it over later, right? And the food, we can't really outpace where we're at here. This was 5 prestige. This level we can't do without the grain. We can get this one, though. And that'll let us get better stuff before too long. She's a little rock in a hard place in there. If we get into position... Okay, so... We can move through... Oh, all of this is our land. Yeah, we can move through our land to get to there, and then we'll be able to maybe take Yuzhong, which would be, I mean, excellent to get a hold of it. And then he'll have no majors, and he'll be in a very awkward spot around us. And then even if we lose a bit over here, you know, if we get this stuff here and grab this, that'll put us into a much better spot than we were in somewhat previously. Fulfilling my promise to have good luck and fun. And a whole lot of us friended up. Yeah, everybody was like, you're my pal, you're my special little dude. Everybody liked that. Just a bunch of pals. Yeah, well, I was just thinking, you know, we'll want that on the way up for it anyway, right? Because... I mean, I guess this isn't really on the way, is it? We might have needed to tech for another army. Because it's sort of all the eggs in a basket over here. But we've got a little bit of cash, and our income is finally sort of decent. You want our support against Maai? Well, this is gonna... Yeah, sure. Huang Zu will even like this. Well, you know, we don't want him to like us. He's, you know, he killed our brother-in-law, but him liking us a little bit is fine. And the Alliance of Cao Cao declares war on Kongrong, and, you know, Liu Bei left there. So, yeah, so good, Chenwen is with Cao Cao, yeah. So good for Liu Bei. He's like, no, that's wrong. I'm not going to do it. What a good guy. And the Han Empire's, you know, personal holdings have been eliminated. And to Zhu Kun and Lu Fei, a son is born. We are economically sanctioned, which makes us a little bit less money. It doesn't really hurt that bad at all. Maybe that'll happen next turn. It's not going to be that bad, though. 15% is not like at the end. 15% is tacked on in your percentiles, which the income in the game can be a little opaque in that. So, like, when you go to a city, right, and you see what you're making, 340 plus 280%. And I'm pretty sure that you get that malice, and it just does a negative 15% to all the columns of those, and then it adds up. It doesn't take it at the end. It's not like corruption. It's not like a negative over the top. Just like a plus to income doesn't add all of it up. Yeah. Because military sanctions is the retinue upkeep, which, and that's why I'm like, just declare me an enemy of the Han, and then I don't think they can sanction you anymore, right? It's like, go ahead, I want you to do it.
打起精神来！
绝不留情。
And we just roll up here to finish them up and hopefully increase the amounts of their family. And of course, because the Zhuge people are in our clan now for like diplomatic marriages for other people, we've got access to them. And that reminds me, how does Cao Cao feel about us?
我可不是薄情寡义之人。
Now he's over here with, you guessed it, Kongming, who has just grown up. And of course, obviously, capturing him would be the ideal. Because he's got faction fondness for the Yubei. And that means that, he's more likely to go there if they lose their faction. But... probably hates because we're friends with him, yep. Well, it's really just, war with our friends. That's all that he cares about is the people that we're fighting. So yeah, too bad. Too bad, because doing a negative 17. I'm like, how much are you interested in being friends? Because y'all know if we got Cao Ren in here, then it would just be very funny. It would be expensive. But I honestly think, Cao Ren is worth $8,000, right? It would put us to neutral with you and Shu, which is fine. Other stuff. Let's get him so we can not use him again. You know me too well. We could just not do it on the grounds that being friends with Cao Cao isn't really what we're doing.
请进，朋友。我等皆青睐足下。有话请讲。
This guy's pleasing and genteel. Doesn't want to do it. This is the one that we want, right? This is the one where we want. All right, can we do this? This is what, okay. This is what we actually want, okay. Got it. All right, and now we will give him some fine horses and get the flower on the battlefield herself. That's right. Zhu Ting, welcome. Welcome. This is so much better than Cao Ren, who I may not have used.
算是谈妥了。
Good stuff. She'll show up in the faction next turn. Anyway, great. She, of course, is a fighter. She's a bandit champion, and she's a flower on the battlefield. She's my special girl. I've never played with her in our party before, but I love her anyway. And now the character we will absolutely 1,000,000% use, no doubt in my mind. We've got a lot of solo people here. I was like, we almost didn't want to put the very important people, like the heir with the amazing stuff on, but, you know, he's actually quite a good heir choice, right? The resolve gives you, you know, food production, and that's nice. But yeah, I mean, the trait's great. Melee damage is totally respectable, right? Even though most of our guys are AP focused. Anyway, what were we doing? We were fighting Zhuge Xuan. Yes, we were going for Kongming. That was what we were doing. This is our land all the way up here. Yeah, good.
心境澄澈，天下庶几可定。天命在我，谁敢不服？
So if he just stays here for another turn, then we'll just get him here at the copper mine, which will be fine because I have fire arrows. Cao Ren suffers from being very good, but tries to clarity at that stage. Great sauce for so Yun. She's still a thief, right? You know, I guess the thing is what you do is try to acquire him immediately, and then you just put him on assignments because that's a very reliable way. You won't use him for 16 years, but then he will be leveled up enough. Which is very long. Yeah, you know, it sounds like he's still working on versions of the mod, which is so exciting, you know, as a player to hear that updates are happening for, you know, this thing. All right, so what we want to do here is get her aggro exploiting. Yeah, 1,000,000%, yes. The money is going to be good, and, you know, the experience is important as well. We're going to get her into an army, but we do want her to be level 2. And a little chance to meet everybody and hang out, you know, that'll be nice. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, do we want to drop him for an assignment? I mean, yes, but we really will get the prestige from this, and that'll get us up a level, and we get some more requirements. This is a long time to go while still being a noble, which also is going to give us more income, but we'll have to pay more for... Oh, we've been getting 15% construction off this whole time and not realizing it. So we've been getting 25% off through our faction effects and just being a noble, which I thought things seemed a little cheap. But yeah, there you go. Alright, would he run if we do this? No, we need to get up here because otherwise we don't get there in time. Yeah, so we just move the whole way. And they'll probably march to meet up with them. This army does not need to go with them, though. Could we beat this? Could we beat this garrison solo? We should have left the bandit sentinel here, and then if we besieged it, we absolutely could have done. Well, that sort of asking a question that it doesn't need to ask, right? Because what we could do is get an army and take it here. Yeah, but not this army. We don't want it to be this army. So we do want to drop this one because we have other people on deck, right? We have Panzhong on deck and Jotai, who both very much need to be in an army. And then Suting, you know, she needs to get to level 2. Because level 1 to level 2, man, that 12k takes a long time if it's not in an army that's actually fighting. But speaking of, I guess we could keep the heir out. I mean, he's good. I wanted to put him on Filial and Incorrupt, but honestly, you know, he is an intrepid general. He's a bit of a fighter. we should have the G of the Imperial Guard on him. Yes. We can give it to somebody else later when we get the armor. Ling Tong will grow up in 8 years. He starts out being 1, and it is 198. I was like, I only know it'll be 8 years because it's 198. But yes, Ling Tong 8 years, and then, of course, he will immediately get his weapons, even if he goes on assignment. Alright, so drop him. This guy is far from night battle, for all that it is right there. Jotai is 1 level away from night battle, and he's not very far from it there. You know, a strategist without fire arrows, we should just drop him, because he's 12k, he's 10k away from the level, yeah, we just drop him. And the repeating crossbow to make it cheaper to get him back? No, I like 1 repeating crossbow, we'll keep him. And then we can go, like, right here. We can go right here and recruit the stack. They're not gonna be able to do anything about it. And if they do, we just back up, and then we force them to do that here, as if it's forcing too much. But honestly, after just, like, 1 turn, I'm sure that we can get something going here. Alright, so, Jotai, welcome back to the party, old boy. They like each other, that's very good. And Panjong, I want to get in, but again, it's a double red, and I would prefer a little bit more balance. But nobody else is... The Gentle Limber. Nobody else is level 2, right? It's a little pricey to get that other retinue out here. She, you know, Panjong got Roar, and oh yeah, there you go. And he's got the terror and everything. Yeah, you know, this will be great. And they both have this, what I would consider, I guess, is like the base retinue, you know, peasant band in the middle. Those guys now. We go across the top here, because this is slower. Once we get to here, we might go to Clarity rather than... No, we'll probably go to Flames first, yeah. But yeah, we'll take the battle running speed, why not? This is a little heavy on Red Cav. Who do we take it from? I mean, Jotai is not going to get 90 knockback on his retinue, but he gives them armor. And this guy is not going to get mighty knockback on his retinue for a hot minute, but he gives them 5 more morale. Well, their morale's already fine. HP infantry. Yeah, even though his trait gives the shock cavalry there, it's true. His trait should just give 10%. 10% to everything. Geographical oddity.
大人，有何吩咐？参见大人。
Alright, so here, do we want to get... Alright, first things first. 10 armor is dramatically better than not 10 armor, so we'll drop them from Panjong's retinue. And, you know, we'll work things out in the future, or not, at some point. Shai's armor is... Not do that anymore. 5 melee attack rate, 12 charge bonus. 12 charge bonus, like, not even charge speed. But he hits so hard, right? 4K and then 2.1, you know, he hits so hard. He's more like,
山形险恶，
he's much more like a champion, but you know, I guess all vanguards are like champions that hit hard and don't have as much HP. I sound like an idiot.
想问点什么？
Oh,
大人召我，荣幸
oh,
之至。
it's either bugged in the tooltip or it's bugged. I thought this was the case. All right, so it says you get the Marines at 6 and the Elite Spears at 3, but you actually get the Marines at 3 and the Elite Spears at 6. Well, it just so happens that I quite like these Marines.
枝叶繁茂，
It just so happens that I quite like these Marines. They have shields, right? So these Marines are so good, and weaving them in, you know, if you get fire arrows especially, you weave a couple of these guys in. These are full strength halberd infantry, right? Now they don't have the anti-cav, I think, is the only thing, but you know, it's still, you know, you got some green stuff with it, but yeah. Now do we need Spear Guard? I don't think so, right? Because the Axe Band's fine. Well, we just need, yeah, let's just get more of these Marines. I quite like these guys. Let's lean into them, you know, they're affordable and cost-effective. They could be his trademark. Do we want 2 Spear Guard? I mean, we don't even have Turtle because we don't have a guy that teaches us, but eventually we might. I mean, we can always move it around then. They're cheaper than G Infantry, and I think just as good. Well, maybe, yeah, I mean, just as good. Yeah, let's just load up on them, right? Let's just load up on them. Why don't we just? And we'll get a couple of these archers. And this is the one time that you like them, right? Because they are better than no archer at all. Because sabers compared to them, right, they're not, I mean, you get a bit more armor. But you lose, like, a lot of AP. The Saber Militia, yeah, so Saber Infantry are 3311. Yangzhou Marines are 3026. That's a huge damage profile. That's 56 with it 56 total with it almost being a 50-50 split. It's real good. They also both have 60% shields. You know, it's 18% armor. Plus, I mean, 6 arrow shots is really good anti-cav, too. Bit of charge. Fair enough. And 4 damage, but I feel like... Yeah, Spear Guard, totally unnecessary here, right? I mean, they have the charge negate against the... Yeah, but that's all they've got. That's all they've got. But once we get to level 6, of course, we'll have our... And that's the thing, too, is I really like these Marines. And then the Elite Spears, when we get them at 6, not 3 like it says, are amazing as well. Mixed Spears, Charge Reflect. Ah! Yeah. So you get those going on, and then your Engineers in the front, and then, you know, I like the idea of a backline that's not really a backline, and that's why I like the Marines. Like a little bit of what you need and a whole lot of what you want. And we'll just wait here for a turn or 2.
立刻群敌，
Getting, you know, 20% to turn right now, and then, yeah, you know, excited about how this is going. Down to 900 income a turn, and it will crash when this boom is over, but... We also can disband some of these stacks or portions of them if it's necessary, you know. Do we need 5 Archer Militia? I mean... Vanguard's List Muster? Yes, but no, I guess we can... Yeah, this isn't that desirable of assignment, so we drop that one. And then next turn... Well, this actually isn't going to affect anything for a couple of turns either, so we can drop it, and then we'll get a couple. You hate to interrupt them in the middle of their experience. But that guy, you know, we hardly... There's plenty of other people that can work on that at this point, you know. Very pumped. We have a lot of teaching assignments. It's like 3 or something. So we're going to get a huge web of experience through that. And that's going to make our assignments really pop off. You know, for all that we aren't even a marquee. For all that we aren't even a marquee. We're still doing so good. If you go back to the last video, you'll hear me raging and being like, this is over. If we lose this is over. After I... you know, stopped playing and was eating Hot Pocket and stuff, I did get to thinking, I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is gonna make your brother mad. And Yuan Shu already likes me a little bit, it's fine. We don't need to declare war on everybody, is with... Oh. Cool. Great. Li Zhuo, you're alive? Buddy, we will find a matronly lady of the Wu clan, and y'all can settle down, and I'll get you a gate pass one day, my friend. Alright. He took this fight, which is excellent. We weren't in March or anything. We're a little beat up on the Cav front. They don't have anything, right? He is mustered up. He is fine, but we'll just, you know, try to take care of him. Say, you've lost the spooky fight and point, we've been fine. Shouldn't it's hard to get to. Yeah, I was thinking about, because I'm like, you know, we died, they probably wouldn't execute us because they don't hate us. You know, so we'd probably get out alive. That's what I was worried about. It's like, whenever I lose a battle, that's what I'm really thinking. I'm like, if they execute my general, which is like basically never happened to anybody I cared about, right? But I think about it all the time. And Yanmai, who is very beat up because of what happened in that auto, but we'll be fine here, right? We'll just... We'll just do just what we did the time before, right? Now it'll be a little more annoying because they've got this forest here, but not too much more annoying. Shoot the cav. Get on over here. And before too long, we'll be able to modify this army. Instead of Shanyue bandits, we will have those Marines who are better in every way, right? Well, these guys have 72 on the split, but I think they swing a lot slower too. They have slightly better charge, but they also don't have shields or arm. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, we're definitely gonna get the Marines there. This is gonna be a Marine spam. A Marine spam day. But we'll have Shanyue bandits here and here, because they'll have stock, and then maybe they'll, like, countercharge, and these guys, they'll think it's a bit of a cookie jar here. It's like, how do we affect change here? Well, Zhuge Liang, have you ever considered working for the Wu clan? I mean, I know you're a scholar and you like hanging out with your friends, being a dude. They actually have a lot of cav here, right? This shot is fine. I believe in this shot. Enough of these shots are going to go through. Don't let them charge me. Please just shoot. There we go. You know, we barely... You know, we hit somebody. Please say we hit somebody. I'm not sure. In my dreams, we hit somebody there. By the time they get out and we can get a shot, it'll happen again. We weren't going to be able to shoot all of them, so it's fine. These guys are going to be able to work on the Lance Cav, which is the dream. They have Cataphractoid. No. Well, you know, some of the Cav did get hit by that, and that makes it worth it. Yeah, actually, it's exactly what we wanted. To get our damage out. And if they're charging, we'll be happy to shoot them up the whole ride down. Speaking of happiness. No, 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 run away, don't let them hit you. Because now the tower is here. And there's nothing in my whole life that makes me as pleased as catching the enemy cavalry out. You know, you just isolate a unit off and you're like, aha! Now that one's not happening anymore, and no matter what else happens, you know, that unit of cavalry is shattered and gone, gone, gone. Speaking of, let's get here on the Raider Cav. Looks like this one's tower build whiffed, but hey, we got one of them done. I have no idea how caltrops work. But if they work at all, they're about to work here. We let the Cav Archers get caught way too far forward. And Yanbaihu, I totally forgot about him while we were microing. I don't think... Yeah, he didn't get caught by anything sketchy, so it's fine, actually. The Zhuge runs in here, but we're going to be able to... You know, maybe the caltrops have them running scared, right? Alright, speaking of running scared, that poison volley didn't go off. We just need to get further away and shoot up the center. Yeah, shoot right at him. Why not? Like, I almost want to duel him, but Yamahu has 6... I mean, no, yeah, let's do it. Like, we totally win this. Oh my goodness, we don't win this. Get out of there, Zhuge Xuan. I'm like, I forgot that we had not dealt with one of the problems, which is the big guy. He's still here. But now that we're off of our horse, he's going to just get tanked. There's no way he's so sworn to Li Zhuge. There's no way. And we're just going to go here. Yanbaihu definitely wins this. I mean, I thought he was definitely going to win it. We're going to give 0 evasion here. And then... he's definitely going to win it. Yeah, he got hit again. But I'm like, man, why don't... Just hit him and kill him. I think he's actually going to lose. Wild. I mean, he started at 6,000 hit points. I just thought he would just, like, not get hit at all. Maybe he's tired. But, no, you know, maybe he'll win. He's at 3... You know, he's got it. He's at 3,000 now. Yeah, he's got it. I'm like... Well, I was thinking with the poison and everything, too. Because he doesn't have any damage abilities. I'm like, yeah, he's got it. I should have believed harder. He's totally fine. Hit him again, Yanbaihu. Hit him again. There's no way you're losing this fight. You're a gentleman. There's no way you're losing this fight. You're a gentleman. Yeah, he started at like 6k health. But, you know, he ends up, wins the duel, and doesn't get the heal because that was when the battle was decided, I guess. But hey, totally worth it. Worth it for the story, right? Worth it for the fun. Worth it because Li Zhuge was brave and challenged me to a duel, and he didn't know how beat up my man was. You know, you can barely see... you can barely see him half the time. Yanbaihu, you know, and plus, Li Zhuge is a lot older, so, you know, a nice fair fight. Obviously, we release you, old dog. He only got 2k? No. He was at like 2.5k. you get like way more. You get way more than 2,000 for a dual win. But everybody else in the army's in fine shape. And he goes into March, which is perfect. He never even held the Emperor hostage this time. Exactly, you know, he bounced. No reason at all to hate him, and every reason to call him Tuoba Jiafan, who is the Shanbei up here. The Tuoba, they ran stuff for a little while up yonder way, but that's a couple hundred years after what we're doing now, right? But they absolutely ran some things for a while. A lot of people up there had their turn in the north, right? And Zhongjin has joined the war against us. Dude, do you even live around here? He's just gonna pay us to get peace eventually. The important thing is a new weapon emerges. What weapon? I'm not sure. There's so many notifications there. Let's just find it through this. Looks like the heirloom spear. Totally legit. Lord of Fire is a fine thing. You can thank Jin for all his performance. Yeah, you know, they get the blame for it, but I bet it's just that they had a really good idea and nobody could have seen it going wrong. Should we break this build? I'm like, no, because we're going to get this iron mine before too long. Yeah, it's not like we can just, like, afford. Hey, Ironic. Yeah, say holy moly, still streaming. I took a break. I took a little break. I took a couple of breaks, you know. That stream earlier was probably 5.5 or 6 hours. And then, you know, took a break, hung out with the dog, ate. I played a little bit of Minecraft in the afternoon, you know, worked on the secret tunnel. But yeah, we are back at it. We are back at it now. I had a crash in a battle, almost certainly related to the battle map and not to anything in the mod. I used to crash a bunch, just like, even in vanilla, I crashed a lot, but I moved a lot of my settings around. And now the crashing barely ever happens, but we redid it. We're still having the best time possible here. Married a lot of the Zhuge family in, and now it's time to hopefully get Kongming, right? I would just love to get him in here. I'm sure y'all know that. I even know his real name, you know? Alright, so crucially, they are all injured from before. And we're gonna roll up the support army. You know, for support, because Yabai is very beat up, but you know who isn't? Wu Wenfeng, who is, of course, not really in the Wu family, but she is, you know, we found her, and this is Auntie. You know, she's adopted in, and she and Liu Fei have the sworn brothers. They're really the sworn sisters, right? After Liu Fei married into the family, they've been getting along super well. Yeah, wait a turn. Ah, yes, we will besiege it for the turn. For actual capture. I think so, but I don't know. I think it might be different in settlements, because it just says, you know, we need to wait that turn. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I messed that up a bunch. Alright, so yeah, we'll just besiege it here, which is fine enough anyway. You know, sporting and gives them attrition, because, you know, we're all living on the edge. And this army will be together. And also, you know, Liu Jun is going home. Oh, he's at war with Zulong. But, you know, picking up, Shooting, I'm super pumped about. And, you know, it's going to make this guy's retinue have 25% speed, so that'll make him, you know, quite usable in the field, too. He's got armor for his whole retinue, so, you know, I love a Vanguard, right? And, of course, they don't have to go into the battle together to even get the bonus, but 25% speed, very nice. That was a great diplomatic marriage to find, much better than getting Zhao Ren, who we may not have used. We'll use her. Become vassal? No, I don't want to do that. Don't say that. How about a nice non-aggression pact? It does make Yuan Shu mad. Liu Bei mad? Oh, because Kong Rong's at war with him. Oh, he just wanted out of that coalition, but he got to war anyway. They don't exist until Enterprises. I see. They're in the limbo. Said you feel like you should give me your only access to new factors. You can play the small. Well, you know, I wouldn't say no to it, but I don't know how much you know, I try to play a lot, but right now I'm on vacation actually, so I'm playing even more than normal. But, you know, I don't have that deep of a background in the game, but I'd be happy to, you know, tell you what I thought and whatnot, but... Alright, so Luki says there... Oh, you're just talking theoretically, probably. It's something about it makes him poor off for one show. It's always Kingdom of Song. Yeah, well, I think broadly is because the Kingdom of Song, Yuan Shao has really solid family estates. He gets a bonus, and I think Yuan Tan gets a family estate bonus as well. And I think that that is actually, like, the source of why he's so strong in an abstract sense. Character pool is better. And the Cavalry Spears. Oh, so the auto-resolve, too. Okay, yeah, because... And I bet the Zhongnu Cataphracts show up super well in auto-resolve, because I doubt the Northern Courage is affected, like, looking there. And they do have more models and higher HP and stuff. And Yuan Shao gets the Confed event, right, for Han Fu, which always happens for them, and yeah. I should play Han Fu. No, I keep thinking about it. Alright, so we're here. We're doing fine. They'll be back. And Shao does not get Zhong Nuko anymore. In the new build, I see. You know, it was a lot of juice that he was getting, you know, between the his various unique units, which are all excellent. I played just one Yuan Shao campaign, I think, and didn't even really play it to its full potential, surely. I tend to, like, go into a campaign thinking I'll do something, and then I just get a little, you know, off track. Now, if we build... No, we just teach an assignment here. Teach an assignment's so good, we gotta keep it rolling. Doesn't make sense for him to get it this early. Yeah, yeah. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry, guys. Oh, that hurt. Hey, I'm having these skin problems on my hands. Sometimes I scrape it on something, which doesn't help. But I'm fine. I am fine. It's just a surprising thing. But anyway, sorry. This ridiculous human body that I'm trapped in, right? It never behaves the way that I wish it would. But I don't want to complain. You know, it got, like, as tall as I wanted to. whenever I was a kid, I always wanted to be like slightly taller than my father, and that ended up happening for me.
立刻群敌。
Do we drop the peasant bands? I mean, 2 of them are fine, right? 2 peasant bands are fine. We don't need 4, in which case we will drop them from Jotai's, because he gets more morale to them, yeah, so... I think we just go without the units here, but honestly, you know, because like sabers would be fine, but yeah, we'll just strip it down a little bit further there. I honestly don't feel like those 2 peasants were going to do anything. They're really just to catch up, because Yangzhou Marines don't have the bonus for large at all, and these guys will on the charge, you know, get something done. But all right, so we just want to wait 1 more turn of mustering to move on it. Crucially, you know, he is probably ultra broke at this point, having a bad day. If Liu Jun takes this, I mean, I doubt he will. No, he probably won't. We just gotta hold on over here, but we're okay. Shengxian being a neighbor, do we want to... Oh, we've already got a nap with him. This guy's pleasing and genteel. Do you want to marry him? He doesn't want to. If we already had this conversation with him, I doubt it. Did we get another one? Or did we just never equip? I think we just never equipped it to anyone. Yeah, I think we just never equipped it to anyone. I mean, might as well. We can swap it for the thing that pairs with the Master's Lever if she gets it. Unless the vanilla faction is about some form of mechanical when it's... Oh, it's so exciting. I probably said this before, but it bears repeating. Like, this mod is just so inspiring and has, like, just reinvigorated my love of the game so much. Because I hadn't played it in a bit, and, like, I got into it, but, like, just being able to look at a guy like Wu Jing, and then you load into it, and it's like, this isn't just, like, a cool faction. This might be the coolest faction. Like, this faction's a joy to play. It's got all these great characters and crazy mechanics that are useful, and you just feel so strong and good. And then you roll up to, you know, like, Yongfeng, and it's like, same thing going on here. You know, you got Zhuang, you got Han Chen. He's so cool, you know, and like all of these players that are, you know, at the periphery, you know, just really get a chance to shine. So cool. Love it. Shijie, of course, the thing about this mod compared to make them unique is that he lost Lady Trio from you know, to the old parrot. All right, so now I'm like, we're still on this turn. I haven't at the end turn. Yeah, I've been waxing poetic. We become a vassal? No, we won't. Get out. You live so far away, bro. Who do you think you are? Me? He's already a duchy, of course. He's gonna pop king at like 203, and I'm gonna be down here, still not even a marquis. No, we're gonna get marquis when we take this, I think. But still, 9 years for it. Hard knock life, right? Alright, and they charge out at us, which will at least keep us... Oh, well, actually, this is excellent, right? Because now we don't have to worry about the incredibly annoying battle here, which would have at least been a hassle. And we still have, you know, backup army for stuff. Yeah, you know, let's get to it. A little wooded, but we'll be able to fight in a good, clean area. He's got, you know, I'm just glad that these fools don't have... Okay, so we need to be very sure that Zhuge Liang does not get killed here. because he's at red resilience.
无道即大义，为大义而战。
Oh, mechanics you can see like that. Oh, that's so cool.
结果与上次定然相同。来呀！
That's
要
so
是你能
cool.
压倒我的怒火，就来试试。
Contest and run captains. There you go. Alright, so we are just gonna... people get ready, right? We're just gonna... come all the way back here, because that's what's hot on the streets. The thing about poison volley fights is you do this, right? You don't not do this, you do this. You act like a very clever boy, and you get your towers down. And remember, they wanted this fight. They have a huge amount of yellow cav, though, or a moderate amount of yellow cav, which is going to be a bit annoying, but it is just yellow cav, right? What are you going to do? They're a thing that, like, Shanyue bandits match up pretty well against, because once their bonus is done, if you see them enough to charge them, you know, even better. But, of course, our little, crummy little archers won't do too much, but... whoever's showing up, do they have a roar? No, it's the ladies that are showing up. We also have a Wisdom of the River, you know, to pop up. He is quite injured, so he needs to stay in here. And the big guy can just murk him if he hits him, so we need to be careful on that. The big guy of the family just swings for about 6,000, right? And 2,000 of its armor piercing, and about none of this guy's armor is armor. Just about none. What we're gonna do is go, like, over here, reasoning that this is probably where they're gonna be. And he at least has the dignity to be invisible. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna... same old story. We just need him to not die. We're not... not really breaking ground by acknowledging that I'd prefer to not lose the game. But all we gotta do is get a decent shot here, even with all of the forest here. This... is the tower going to hurt us that much? No, it will not hurt us that much. Are these guys going to run into us? Yes, they might. Let's just shoot this now. We won't have time for the other ones. And this is actually totally worth it. There we go. And then let's just pull him out this way. And we'll speed things up a bit. We don't want to get caught out in these trees. We got, you know, we sent the message we wanted to send there. It would be nice to get somebody else who has the Unity of the Suns. The dream is to get the Unity of the Suns. Like, we need to get Sun Ren in here, right? And then then they can get the swords that match up, even though, you know, Sun Ren already has her sword. But they get the swords that match up, and then, you know, it'd be great. Sun Ren and her auntie. This is the sort of thing that I live for, right? Alright, and now we just need to make this fight happen. She's got the range resist. We don't need these guys in the front at all. Alright, make a tower, and don't do anything else until you've made the tower. There's my superstition, right? Don't click on anything else. You just gotta be a little patient and make the tower. Oh, Lisha, you want a duel? You wanna go, bro? Heard you're brave, bro. No? Just like beating on beat-up old dudes. That's what's hot on the streets. You know, we're gonna be able to beat him down pretty easy here, actually. Let's get on it. Like, I don't think they're getting us into a trap, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's just, You know, he lands a hit, but he's not gonna be happy about any of this. And then when we get him with the old poison, and then we'll just get out with Yamahu. We don't want to get any damage here. Now he is scooting though. Now he's got his final rush on. He's at 170. You know, you can't catch a Vanguard if they want to get away. 170. Wow, wow, wow. This guy. Like, what did... You think of him like a big dude, but he's spry, you know. That large, portly frame is not deterring his horse from freeing quickly away. Faction with nothing. What a question. I don't think people would like that either. Oh no no no! What? Wow!
敌军士兵正在溃逃。
No, what? No! Oh my god! How did they catch her? Well, I don't guess it matters. I thought I told her to run away. Yeesh. Liu Biao. Liu Biao was the first one. At least she's still alive. Indeed, you know, it would have been super rough if she had actually properly died. I would have been very put out. I always forget that they don't all have one resilience. And that the people that I've already decided matter to me aren't actually legendary figures. Yeah. Can't believe she got beat down that bad, but how'd she get caught? Li Shu has got 170 speed, and I'm like, how'd she get caught? And Li Shu has 170 speed, because I pay attention. Very nice there.
你的战友正遭受攻击。
Weak one to this side, we'll get a poison volley there. These guys are in the cookie jar.
友军正在遭受攻击。
All right, we very much need to get on the big guy because he's crazy. Oh, no, 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 I'm so bad.
敌方将领已死。
I'm so bad. Okay, I think she might live. I'm so bad, I can't believe it. I thought we were safe over here. No. No. Alright, I think she's gonna live with 200 HP. Man, I would not have liked to lose her. Jeez, my skin feels hot. I'm fine. I gotta be chill, though. I can't be talking that loud. It's past midnight. Yeesh. Alright, I think she's gonna get out of here alive. I should have withdrawn her, like you said.
正在溃逃。
Sun Shi says, oh, you're the fastest man alive, but here you go. And we need to be careful to not pop Zhuge Liang, because he is in a bad way. He's already wounded. But I think we'll army loss him here. And, you know, she lives, so it's a charmed run. All the same, speaking of a charmed run, we are just letting these Saber Cavalry beat up on us. You know, I am so guilty of forgetting that units can rally, because under my control, a unit never rallies. Under my control, a unit stands where it's at forever. You know, that's what a unit does whenever it runs away and comes back. It isn't part of the crew anymore. So I'm always like, alright, yeah, the Cav ran, we're good. But it comes right back. Alright, and Kong Ming lives with 2,000 hit points, and he's not going to get killed by the tower, and we did make it out alive. Big dude's here. Let's go, buddy. Here we go. Now he's running. Alright, yikes. Yikes. Yeah, the fastest man alive. You know, 50% speed. What was he at? 120? Well, no, 115. Seems fine, you know. You get the speed thing out of the tree, and then with a regular horse pretty soon, 170 speed. I fondly remember, was it Zhao Yun I was once? Just, it might have been Li Zhe, just running around, just like... Anyway, I got too excited there, but it's okay. We got this done, and that's great, because now I'll be able to daydream about this while I'm trying to sleep. And when I wake up tomorrow... until we play, but we are definitely playing this tomorrow, guys. Maybe not first thing in the morning, maybe around noon, but it'll be happening, you know. If I'm not playing it around 10 a.m., you know, you can catch me then, and I'll be able to tell you what the estimate is, but I am... Yeah, 9 kills. He didn't do half bad, you know. A noble sword against, you know, these unarmored dudes gets it done. Oh no! Raise a glass to Li Zhe, brave fighter, and our friend, who died this day, 198. The great guardian of the pass, Li Zhe, R.I.P. the B.I.G. Wait, did Lady Wu just join the war against us? My sister. They have poisoned you against us. Liu Jun is an enemy of the Han? Well, I'm just shocked by that, I tell you. Cao Cao with only 2 things of filled reserves. That's right, he's been having a time, right? Yeah, because he's just been getting into it here. Yun Shu's 4 armies up here didn't work. It must have been thanks to Dong Min cracking them. Oh, we got it. We got the hardened iron shell, which is super, super good. That'll give you an army-wide charge negate with the G of the Imperial Guard, which we got to. But first, we need to just... Alright, go across the bottom here. Well, both of them have the equal speed of getting us to the night battle. I mean, we are likely going to be... And Persuade the Gentry could be fine. Like, we're likely going to be giving her an army, so the retinue upkeep, you know, likely. We're definitely going to be giving her an army, you know, with people in it. Who'd win a fight? Kratos the Doomslayer? You know, hard to say, but who would really win is the Dwarf Slayer, Gottfried.
进攻！
Alright, alright, we're just gonna save it real quick. If we hit this auto and Kongmin just dies, then we're gonna reload it and be like, we'll do this tomorrow. If he doesn't join us, whatever, but if he like dies, he dies. Alright, yeah, we're not doing that. That's what I thought would happen. We're not doing that. He's worth more to us alive, right?
快滚回去吧！
Anyway, we'll load, and that's why I don't play on Legendary, right? That and a million other reasons.
我军已兵临敌军城下，而敌军仍在做困兽之斗。此战若是牵延日久，则难免落个两败俱伤。若延误战机，待敌军援兵一至，则我军前功
He
尽
was the
弃，
fastest,
万
you know,
事
and
皆
he
休。
gave as good as he got. I mean, if that man would have had a gold weapon, right? If that
当
guy
今战乱
had a gold weapon, things may not have gone so well for us. Now, Kongming here, you know, he's 17 years old and very brave is the thing, you know. He has no hit points, but we're just going to have to find a way to engage where we can army loss him without him getting involved. It won't be too tricky, right? Because this is my most hated, most difficult to do map. However, we actually have plenty of archer militia and they have 0 ranged. They're probably going to charge out at us. But, you know, we're just going to try to not have him get killed. If we had a roar, it'd be easier, but not easy. You know, we'll see what we can do. He at least is a strategist. We could just let him run in, like, just, like, feed him archers, and then run and army loss the rest of it. There's not a whole lot of stuff here, but anyway. I don't want him to die. I want him to join us. If he doesn't join us, not the end of the world. But if he dies, you know... Not the end of the world either. But we're not doing it on the auto and then just being like, oh well, shrug, you know. It's too much of a chance. And for all that he's super cool and I like him and he's, you know, the famous boy, we don't get him all the time. You know, most of the campaigns we get him, if we get him about 12 years later than this, and then he gets into like 2 battles. So getting him this early would be very cool. And, you know, the whole family link-up thing is fine. We're at 1700. That's alright. Does anybody like us? Not in a way that matters.
来谈谈条件吧。请进，朋友。真喜讯也。
But that will do it for now.
折而不摧。
This army is mustering up, I think. Well, I mean, really, there's no point in accelerating it, right? They're in here. They're not getting an army. Or actually, no. This would be the time, because we're going to hit them this turn. So if we just besiege this right now, we can very comfortably beat their garrison if they sally out. And if not, then they won't be able to recruit a new army here on their turn. This is the way to go. But yeah, when we come back, we'll do this simple enough battle. When we return there, you know, all we got to do there is knock on the door and rush in. Won't be too much of a much. You know, they've got, you know, 7 units inside. What are they gonna do? Punchong gonna run in, hit him with the terror route. we'll be home in time for
时
tea.
局变动，看
But
来
yeah,
讨逆
and we'll do this. You know, there'll be plenty to do. But yeah, there we go. Somebody grew up. Zerong is back in the pool. And Yanbaihu and Zujin get Oswan. So that is very nice, right? Because having a strategist that has resilience being Oathsworn, you know, because a strategist sometimes, not on purpose, I'll have die. And Yanbaihu is already pretty scary, but if you double up his power, then he really gets there. So I think he's a spy. Yeah, I'm starting to think that too, right? Because we saw him in the pool, and now here he is back in the pool. Well, you know, maybe not, though. Well, that was 2 years waiting in the pool, though. Yeah, a spy. She's a huntress. That's a Janbei. But she's probably a spy. At least I think it's a Janbei. Saijong of 2B Seductions. Ah, the detective. Because this guy is always trying to spy on me, right? Ni Xiaoda.
如
Always
山一般
trying to do
坚
it.
挺屹立。
I'm very suspicious of him. It's so funny that we, you know, after we got that trade agreement through the thing, you know, do you want to join our coalition, buddy? No. Why don't you just get along with us? But anyway. Like, why would we want peace with you? You should become my vassal and make your son an heir to me. Oh, is he the heir? No, he's not the heir. So that is very good, right? Because if he was the heir, then... Well, we saved it, right? Yeah, we saved it. And we were on the quick save. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We moved around too much. My computer's hot. That is not the mod. That, well, it might have been overloaded visually. But yeah, I saved probably 12 times there. But anyway, yeah, we... Hot crash. Yeah, I think honestly that my card just got hot. Something was going on wonky. But anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I should have gone to bed a little bit ago. But anyway, I'll be around in the morning. We'll be playing this or something else. But you know, we'll be playing this tomorrow. So maybe I'll see you guys there. Good night, Luke. Good night, Sans Till. Good night, Ironic. So good to see all of you guys. Hope you had a good time. And you know, good night to all. Good night, Log. See you guys.